Yeah, Astral Chain. I played a lot of Astral Chain. But before I talk about Astral Chain, I want to hear your thoughts on Astral Chain.
Well, so I played the first session of it. I got as far as the reveal of the Nemesis.
Okay, so that's Chapter 2.
Okay.
That game's been out for a couple weeks.
Okay.
Can we talk about that as the
Chapter-
coolest thing that's ever happened in a Platinum game?
I mean, the pop-off was pretty strong.
Like,
I could not believe they went in that hard that soon.
it's really fast.
Because I beat a cool thing, and then the next one jumped in, and I went, oh, wait, hold on, are we doing this?
Oh, you're gonna fight every boss in the game simultaneously in the fucking first level?
And they're all, like, these fucking, like, they're all they're the things. They're your teammates, fucking cool dudes.
What if Jotaro was walking down the street and Star Platinum, Hermit Purple, Hierophant Green, what's Avdol's? I forget.
Magician's Red.
Magician's Red and Steel Chariot all decided to attack Jotaro.
Okay.
And
Well,
then, like,
I wasn't necessarily pegging them as, like, the remaining robot masters.
yeah,
I just pegged them as, oh, you will...
the team, yeah.
You know, so, I don't want to know the full answers to that question or not, but so far, that was really fucking hype. And we got some platinum action. The combat certainly feels simplified in the same way that Wonderful 101's combat felt simplified.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's probably going to open up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you do training mode after mission 2?
I did it before mission 2.
Okay, so the thing is that it does something really interesting where I think I talked about this last week, but now you have a better grasp of it. It's like, yeah, you are controlling two action game characters simultaneously.
Unless you and your friend grab Joy-Cons.
Right, which don't do that.
Did you try it?
I looked at it, and player 2 controls the camera. So, don't do that.
I was going to grab 2 Pro controllers, and it said
nope,
no.
Won't let you.
Yeah.
So you are totally controlling 2 characters. So yeah, it's simplified. You have one attack button for human, one attack button for Legion, and the Legion does do a significant amount of auto attacks, right? In the first and second levels, all you can really do is set your Legion to auto attack, and you have a 4-hit combo and a gun. That's
all I've been doing.
Once the pop off occurs, you may have noticed during that fight that the Legion would flash occasionally. Like, you would get a slowdown, and the Legion would actually, like, literally flash. Like, a big circle would appear on it during that fight. Okay. That's because the instant that you start that fight, the actual combat system gets unlocked. Okay. Your 4-hit combo turns into a 6-hit combo, and...
Well, I noticed that suddenly I was occasionally doing fucking double text.
Yes.
Jumping off my boy.
The core of the gameplay is the sync attack system, which is... do your human combo, and then when your Legion flashes, hit Legion button to do a dual tech. Right? So, for example, when you upgrade your X-Baton, you'll have your delay combo for all of your weapons, right? Just hit, wait a second, and it will kick you back, and then your Legion will flash, and then you will have your delay attack with Sword Legion, which is a fucking, I think it's a stinger. Okay. Like, and both of you will stinger.
So okay, so it's a little bit of, it sounds a little bit.
It's
like...
a Wicked Weave.
Okay.
It is a Wicked Weave.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, but it's separated from you. And for example,
I was gonna say like a Tekken Tag bound system where you'd switch in for like.
No, it's a Wicked Weave.
Like you just pair attack.
And the thing is that you know how you can set your Legion to lock onto an enemy, and you can set you to lock onto an enemy. Mm-hmm. If you do that delay attack and you do that stinger and you are locked onto separate things, you will do the stinger to each according to your lock on.
Wait, you can lock onto something different from your Legion?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
Yes. You can send your Legion out and then turn your character and click in on the right stick and lock onto a different character, and your Legion will do their auto attacks in background as you do that. Okay. And you will, as you upgrade them, learn the ability to do back forward Legion, circle Legion for a spin or a dash or whatever.
Okay.
And you can also use your Legion as a snatch.
But Legion normals are always automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But they're different for everybody. Like the Legion normal for the Punch Man is a grab, and they snatch. They bring the enemy to you.
So that's definitely something that was exciting, was like going through that first mission, or second, I should say, and like you get up to a pile of rubble, and it's like, oh yeah, you need the Beast Legion for this.
You need it.
And then you see a wall, and it's like, oh yeah, you need the Fist Legion for that. And you're like, oh, right
away.
There's gonna be variety here.
Right away.
That's cool, because I guess I thought like, well, this is my buddy, and we're gonna do it together.
And they all feel very different, and they are all either straight up platinum characters or anime archetypes.
Exciting.
So, Arm Legion, Aura. Just part of his default moveset is a Aura, which has like 100 fists coming out of his body that make no sense.
100 crack fists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Beast Legion, throw the sword to the dog, and then the dog will do a spin with the sword in his mouth, and then throw the sword back to you. Like, just
Galford.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, the dog is Blade Wolf.
Yeah.
The dog is Blade Wolf.
It 100% is Blade Wolf.
Right.
Actually, that was very
right.
clear
And
early
so
on.
like there are very few moves overall. There is a dash attack. There is a delay attack. There is your ground combo. There is your air combo. And there's hold the button down for a big hit.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 3 weapons. Gun, fast, and slow. And there are 5 legions. But every combination of those things results in different effects.
Fantastic.
So the delay attack with the Axe Legion, right, with the baton, is a double stinger from both of you, and then it leaves a bomb inside it and then explodes, right? The dash attack with the dog is you do a huge jump and slash downwards, and that, I mean, your hitbox moves, right? And every combination of those things results in a different system.
The training mode was really like, I could see each step of it introducing the things one at a time, and I could see the complexity slowly growing. But it definitely reminds me of like that wonderful one beginning where you're like, I'm starting to see how this is going to become. Your brain is going to have to do some gymnastics to get used to focusing on multiple.
I'm like way in there, and I'm still having like learning new. Oh, like what if I sent this guy
efficiently out? Like I was trying to get the hang of like efficiently wrapping around and just doing the bind.
Yeah.
For example, and there's situations where I'm like, fuck, I was in the perfect position, but my other thumb just made my
character move
and stop the link
right.
from happening, you know? And you're like,
and dude,
okay.
there's little puzzle elements in which like it's really simple, but it's like drag this thing over to the thing with the chain, which is move both.
Yeah, you need an ambidextrous brain.
So
but it was super cool doing an Irish whip on charge attacks that rush at you.
It's really cool.
That's really satisfying. You just split across the slave chains.
In terms of Legion stuff that you'll learn your stinger, you'll learn your spin. You'll also learn new types of sync attacks. So, for example, when you chain somebody up, you will eventually learn a sync attack, which will have both of you dash towards the chained up enemy and just start fucking both of you auraing down on them.
I should let you know that the concept of a sync attack has not been introduced to me yet.
Yeah.
So this is all still.
You were doing the game fudges your controls the first time you do that second one and starts doing them kind of for you a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, like hey, here's a question. What color is your character's hair?
Mine?
Yeah.
It's red.
Okay.
It turns blue.
Okay, what happens if your default color is already blue?
Turns blue.
If you're already blue, though.
It turns blue. I just told you.
Okay. All right.
You pick blue?
No, I picked green.
Okay, well, it turns blue, doesn't it?
Yeah, it turned blue.
Yeah, it turned blue.
Yeah. Also, get fucked assuming what I'm going to pick and what I'm going to play. Apparently, you were like, oh, I'll pick a guy because Woolie's going to pick a girl for 100% sure. Mm-hmm. That didn't happen.
Yeah, and then I changed that myself by saying, remember, Woolie, the character that you don't pick will become the real character, and then I knew you would pick the guy. Like, Like, get fucked thinking that I don't know what I'm doing over here.
Apparently,
I made that choice for you.
But then, why did you end up picking the guy and thus having the same route? Because people assumed.
Because I thought you were going to play that game on the way home.
Okay. Well, in any case, people don't believe you. But I'm going to say that it turns out you can just go back to that
just
mission 0
switch the other
and
one.
swap it around anyway.
Yep.
But the look doesn't stay on the other twin.
No.
Right? That sucks.
So your twins default minus your skin.
I wish you could go make them custom look both ways.
Yeah, well.
That'd be really fun to create your own.
There's not much you can do about that.
Because I'm like, I look like such a creative character next to a normal Akira.
So I have my big pro tip for you when you're buying your Legion points is that you personally are going to want to beeline to a move called Perfect Call and Perfect Call and Sync Attack. What Perfect Call is call out your Legion right before you're hit by an enemy attack.
Yep.
And it will make you invincible. And then when you get Perfect Call plus Sync, that will lead into a very, very, very powerful counterattack.
I noticed the DT pop when you activate in a Nero-esque way. So, that came to mind. I also have been very, very, very thoroughly alerted to the color schemes that you can unlock in the game.
You go to that menu and you scroll.
So yes, hyper aware at this point of the Ava 1 colors.
There's two ways to get those.
Many a pictures and JPEGs were sent at me.
For your human S rank missions, S plus rank missions, you will get those as well as doing miscellaneous special gamey tasks.
Which thanks, shoutouts to Susie. She let me know that S ranking is not what you'd think it is.
Hell no, it's not. It's wildly different.
Requirements are not about styling.
So here's the one that's gonna hurt you in your soul. Damage is a non-factor in your ranking.
Yeah.
There is no stat for damage. In fact, you get points for getting hit during your dodges. And you get points for attacking relentlessly, even if you miss.
That's crazy.
You get points for using items.
So, you don't lose ranking for using items.
Nope.
Okay.
You will get if you use a bunch of items, you will get a bonus. If you use no items, like the item hoarder bonus, you will get a slightly larger bonus
for no items. Got it. Okay.
Right? Like
yeah.
Okay. So, but there's an entire page in the help text in there about playing the game. Here's like 10 rankings. There's a bonus for taking a really long time to finish a mission.
Okay.
Like what?
Like Smash Arcade Mode, right? Where they just had all those wacky ass bonuses.
The way to get rankings
or DMC5
is not to do it better, and this is gonna sound weird, but to do more.
Yes.
You get more points the more you vary it up.
Use variety, use as much as you can. Yeah, that's what I was.
And also, time is a factor.
Yeah.
There's a max limit on how many points you can get from time, but it's basically go as hard as you possibly can using as many different moves as you can.
Now, to be fair, we are very familiar with style meters and kind of expected to get one.
Yeah.
But this is a different take on it.
Yeah.
Does it feel fun to do that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And because there are tangible rewards for actually S-plussing every encounter, I have gone and I'm actually doing the S+ run through the game, and I'm unlocking a bunch of colors that I otherwise wouldn't have gotten, and one of which is my favorite.
Although cycling through your weapons is still what you'd be doing with Dante.
Yeah, cycling through your weapons is not nearly as important as cycling through that other thing, which you currently don't have access to.
Okay.
Legions.
Yes.
X on the
Right.
or sorry, Y instantly cycles to a different Legion.
Oh, that's not something you equip before the mission.
No!
You're hot swapping in combat.
You hit Y instantly from sword to arrow Legion. And when you have 3 or more, if you hold it down, it will become a time stop little radial wheel that you can sword Legion him out and do the pop-up, and then switch to Axe Legion to do the slam down, and so on and so forth. Switching your weapon is mainly per encounter. Is it fast enemies? Use the baton. Is it aerial enemies? Use the gun. Is it big enemies? Use the gladius.
Oh, okay.
Think of the legions as styles.
Okay. I thought you were equipping
No, sir.
thing.
No.
for that mission.
So,
fuck.
take for example, I'm going to use a quick example that'll give you a little bit of context, right? Sword Legion's really fast and is really good at attacking, right?
Yeah.
So sure, he's my mainstay and I'm doing combos, right? But then Big Boy comes out that has huge active windows on his attacks, and I find a really hard time dodging them, right? So I'll switch to Arm Legion, because when you dodge and do the sync attack, the animation is completely invincible on Arm Legion, but not on Sword and Arrow. And then, when there's tons of little baby enemies, I'll quickly switch to Beast Legion, send Beast Legion away, and then perfect call, like the parry, on one of the little tiny shit enemies, because Beast Legion's like perfect call attack lasts for like 30 seconds and is this giant dashing AoE dog everywhere, and it cleans up the trash.
So Legion switch is a style and weapon switch at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's delay has a stinger, so it's really good for closing distance. This one's delay attack is invincible. This one's not, like, the arrow dodge attack isn't invincible, but it moves you really far away.
Okay.
You know, all sorts of shit. And then on top of that, they have their Legion abilities, which is Blade Mode Zendatsu, the ability to pinpoint shoot, power up in your in a JoJo character, ride the dog and become a mounted unit, and full invincible block.
Okay, so then there can't be that much of a complex Legion move list per Legion. Then
there's the attack that it does when you send it out,
and then
there's the dash attack. There's the spin attack.
Spin, stinger.
There's the abilities that you set to it, like speed up or do a move.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
They maybe have 8 moves each.
Okay.
But they also, the thing is that their sync move for every move that you do is also unique and also does something different.
Wow, I really thought this was going somewhere completely different.
Everything that you do is really simple, but every permutation of change that you add to it results in a completely different effect. So if you count all the unique attacks, like a sync attack, yeah, the move list is gigantic.
Yeah, like no, obviously like a fucking Stinger with Durga versus Kilgore, two completely different
but
things.
The actual input is really, really simple, because you're controlling 2 characters the whole time.
Okay, the impression I got of where this was gonna go, I thought you were going to have a Legion with a large move list that like a bunch of it is also just like as you level it up or whatever, would be like the auto attack would change, or its patterns would change, or its moves would get, the automatic moves it's doing, the auto fighting it's doing would like get more complex.
No.
And I thought it was gonna do things like create a juggle opportunity for you, when now as as the human, you would then
it's about using
go back and forth.
character 1 and character 2 separately, and then combining them for something big, and then separating them back out again.
I was really misleading myself by thinking, because the auto fighting like made me think, okay, this assist is an auto fighting thing.
So for example,
you know,
you
send it at the thing right now, but you send it at the opponent right now, but beyond that, you either pull it back or just leave it in.
The game in mission 1 and 2 is baby mode, control your stand.
Yeah.
And then the game after that is a fucking platinum character action game.
But it still is auto fighting.
For that, but you end up doing less and less of it as time goes on. Like one of the abilities you'll learn in the next thing is when you rush your Legion out, when you send it to attack an enemy and they rush out and they're at it, if you hold the button down after doing that and hit attack, your character will jump over and kick that enemy, and now you're there. So you'll be sending it out to attack, to either occupy or knock something down.
Or you can bring things towards you too,
depending on your Legion.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot going on. There's a lot.
There was there's one instance in which I sent it out, and then like brought it back to me. But I don't remember exactly how it happened. It only happened once that I can recall. But yeah, okay. And I mean, beyond that, like just fighting well, fighting that first boss, and then getting a taste for what some of the others would be like.
I love the tone that first boss sets for you, and it's like, I talked about it last week, but again, now you have slightly more context. Like, that thing hates you. Your stand would kill you in a second if you did not have it physically restrained in chains.
Oh, certainly.
It hates you so much.
But
The instant it unlocked, it kills other enemies in the vicinity because it wants to kill you itself. It hates you. It hates you. It hates you.
But nonetheless, we stand for slavery.
Yeah.
And
and when
these are the lands we'll die defending.
and when you're standing there idle, it thrashes around, and the arm one, because it's the only one that has like free hands, the arm one will reach up to the chain and like try and pull it off in its idle animation. Like, this is a bad thing you are doing. You need to do it because fuck them, right? But this is a bad, evil science that has been embarked on.
Yeah. You get like I'm sure I don't have to tell you how long it took before that session quickly got a grasp for slave cops and and defending the right to use your slaves
to eavesdrop on criminals, to
clean up the basic spill on the streets.
I think the funniest thing at that point in the game is that you see two dumbasses fighting in the middle of the street, and there's a cop going, "Calm down," and you chain them up, and they just fall over unconscious, and the cop is terrified of you.
What did you do?
What did you do?
Or the other cop that's just unloading her gun at a portal to hell.
Yeah.
Not understanding anything about it.
I'm doing the best I can here.
And the idea that, like, you haven't even told the regular cops enough to know that that's a waste of time.
You essentially look at it, point at it, and it disappears.
But
and
like,
they go, huh? What?
But the regular cops know enough to know that that's a bad, because obviously the world
demons.
But they don't know enough to know, hey, stop shooting at it.
Yeah.
So, fucking hilarious setting we got going on here.
The more that I play the game and the more that I go over the levels, this is the platinum game that rewards you by far the most for going back to play old levels. So you played mission 2. So, you know when you after you fight the big guy and then you do the eavesdropping thing and then you go through a couple tunnels and you go upstairs, there's a blast door that comes down, and you can only lift it up with Arm Legion.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
you go, I'll leave it.
Yeah.
You know what's behind there? A boss fight.
Oh, sick. Wow. Content.
Every single stage in the game has a mini-boss hidden behind something.
Holy shit, okay. Like a secret verse.
Yeah, but they're bosses.
Wow.
In fact, some stages, half of their combat is secret verses.
And this is where what you were saying about 2 hours on one mission file starts to make sense.
5.
Okay.
Mission 6, file 6, took me 5 hours. When I sent you the text, I said mission 6's beginning portion that was investigating and talking to people and eavesdrop, that part, that was 2 hours.
Okay. Here's a question.
It occasionally takes me an hour to leave the police station.
So, is this the kind of game where your ranking is, like, it is impossible for you to get an S if you did not go do that mini boss?
No, your mission ranking is purely based on the verses.
Okay. Second, if you go back and do that extra content, do you still have to do everything else in the stage?
So if you go on the file selection, the stages are all broken up pretty evenly.
Yeah.
So there's 2 cases. There's blue cases and red cases. Blue case is the little side quest. Those are check mark or not.
Yeah.
Did you find it? Did you do it? Thumbs up. You're good.
But can I go do one and quit the stage?
Yes, and it will count.
Okay, fantastic.
And on top of that, the stages are broken up into their sections. So Chapter 1 of File 5 or whatever is the police station. Chapter 2 is the first part of talking. Chapter 3 is the second part of talking. So if you want to, and you just want to do the combat stages, you can go File 3, Chapter 4, and then start. And it doesn't count the whole level in terms of your progression.
Yeah.
All you need to do is get that verse to S+, and then it will save, and it will only count your highest ranking ever.
Fantastic. Because Bayo 1, going back to that recently on the LP, I forgot about some of the antiquities, including to get a proper full ranking on this stage, you have to do everything in it every time, including the Alfheims. Mm-hmm. You have to go complete them quickly. And then
Pure platinum
and then find all the secret verses and then do everything, and you can't just go back.
It's bad. It's hard. It's real hard.
You have to do the perfect run of every piece of content on a stage and then finish it.
So, for example,
you can't just target what you have.
Last night, I'm like, I want to,
and then choose which one of the two.
Last night, I want to S+ mission 4.
Yeah.
Right? Mission 4 starts with a really long sequence in a big square where you talk to lots of people. Skip that whole part. Get right to the combat. Okay. Yeah. Boss fight. I skip right to the boss fight, which is the start of that. 3-4 tries, S+. Got it. Go to the optional battle. That one took me like an hour to S+, but I did it. And then I'm like, go to the final battle, S+ it. Count, color unlocked.
Now, okay, you complete a mission in Bayo, a bunch of silvers and golds.
Yeah.
Maybe,
you're like, yeah, that's good.
And then maybe one stone.
Yeah.
Right? But you did it, and it's clean, and it's fine. Or you complete every verse, all platinum, but you die like 12 times. So there's 12 death things on the symbol.
Yeah, it's that last
Which one do you keep? Do you keep the old one, or you update to the new one?
Yeah, this one, it's the best of all worlds for your ranking. Did you ever S+ this fight? That's locked in. Nothing will ever change that down.
Nice. Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It makes it totally legitimately possible and like workable to do this. But yeah, there's missions like I think it's mission 5. It's like I started up and it's like I finished it. I did not fight half of the fights. And as I'm running through, I'm like, where were they? I unlocked all the secret doors that I saw. So where the fuck were they? Some of them are like you have to find a point and then solve a mystery as to where the gate is. Some gates are hidden via platforming challenges. Some fights are, the astral plane, that area. Sometimes there are platforming secret, like behind the corner bullshit that you do, and then there's a secret path that leads to a boss fight. Like, every time I've gone back to a stage, like, to play through it, I have found a new thing.
Is every stage... You know what? I mean, I don't even know if I want this answer.
Ask away.
Is every stage going to start with that investigation
Yes,
mode?
every stage is that.
Okay.
Some of them are like way shorter than others.
Okay.
Like this one's.
Do they get tiring?
No, I think it's perfect for the pacing.
Cool.
Because the action game missions are like an hour long when you're doing them.
Okay.
And then the investigation missions will be like, yeah, the really long one, like the one that was crazy long, that was a bunch of story, and then a sneaking mission, and then talking to NPCs, but this little side quest ends in a minor combat. Like it's like a minute of combat.
Depending on how mindlessly it's integrated, it could be just be like okay, and now for dumb cop mode.
Yeah,
right, and then
it's
the time waster.
It's good because if the game was all action, I feel like it would actually get tiring. That was the one thing that like kind of killed me about Bayonetta, is that like Bayonetta is like go, and they would break it up with long pieces of exploration.
And there'd be long cutscene things.
Here, it's like a gamut. I will tell you something, and this is gonna sound odd, but so you got to go to the frame rate dimension.
Yes.
And it's really obviously the frame rate dimension.
Yes.
So after you beat the game, there's 11 missions, then that's the core story. Once you beat the game, you unlock File 12, and File 12 is 70 more missions, 70, that all exist entirely in the frame rate dimension and are mostly combat.
Is this just God Hand challenges?
No, it's Bloody Palace one stage at a time.
Okay.
But they're levels. They're not fights, they're levels.
Well, yeah, ultimately.
And at the end of that is your real final boss.
Okay.
So you're gonna run into parts where you're like, fuck, this game's amazing, but the frame rate in this part is kind of bad.
Bloody Palace is a mission.
Bloody Palace is the post game.
Interesting. Okay.
Right? There's a whole lot. How did you like your anime intro?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see Red Cop in that anime intro?
I saw Red Cop in the trailer for the video game.
Dude. Red Cop.
Yeah. I saw
I'm putting it down right now. I'm trying to push this. The character has a name. The character has a title. I don't care. It's Red Cop.
I had one other thing. Yeah, I was gonna say, when you're talking about like the whole cop mode investigations or whatever, for me the downtime is what I'm seeing to be the promise of police station hijinks.
A little bit.
And I assume that's I assume that's the downtime.
It ranges everywhere from my cat's up a tree, like straight up.
Yeah.
And then you fucking hit the button and your Legion goes, whoa, and just grabs him and brings him back down, to can you eavesdrop on these criminals? They're up to no good. To there's a bomb about to go off. Use your Legion to disarm the bomb.
So kind of like back when you were returning to the fucking whatever space base in Nier.
Yeah.
Right? Like that was, to me, I'm like, oh yeah, this is where your break between the action is going to be.
Yeah.
But you're saying there's also these little blue missions.
The game is like, so I was doing a little bit of digging. It's the most expensive game Platinum has made. It has been in development for 5 years, and that's before Nier Automata.
What about Scalebound?
I don't know about that. It's the most expensive game Platinum has made. Okay?
Yeah.
And you can feel it. You can really feel it. This feels like the first game they've ever made where they got to actually finish it.
Is this Nintendo money?
Yes.
Okay. So because they had a credit in the start, so this is a Bayonetta deal.
Yes.
Published by them.
It's a Nintendo game.
It's a Nintendo game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
It's incredible.
Yes. Really wish I could.
Right now, it's my favorite Platinum game.
Fighting words.
It's really good. It has everything. It has everything that I like. And also, I can't... you'll get there. But, dude, using your your legions, it's like the JoJo fantasy game.
The one thing I'm not seeing that I'm going to wait to see is, like, the airplay.
It's very limited.
It's very your limited. Normal cop, right?
It's very, very limited.
Yeah, because even
you don't have a jump.
In Wonderful 101,
yeah,
you do a fucking launcher, you do some air shit, you can stinger over, you can do a fucking house drop, you know. There's airplay that feels, so I'm like, in this case it looks like there's not as much.
It's very limited.
Yeah, I can feel that. So I'm like, we'll see how that shapes up.
It's closer to something like Rising.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Revengeance, I mean, in terms of like, it's very grounded.
Okay.
And you'll get in the next mission, it's like you'll also unlock Zandatsu and
yeah, I mean, dude, you just threw out absolutely everything that I'm supposed to expect.
It has almost every mechanic that I can think of that's been in a Platinum game. It's wild.
Okay.
Game's good.
I assume, despite the info ton that you just dropped, that there is still much more to be enjoyed and discovered that you have not mentioned.
Oh, totally.
Okay. Because I feel like you said everything there is to say.
Don't worry, you'll forget half of it,
wise.
and then you'll actually do one of the moves, and then you'll go, like, there's one big secret that I'm not telling you about that is hidden in all the levels that you will enjoy, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I just mean combat-wise. Okay. Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of moves for these characters. It's actually super, super deep.
Yeah, and it's also fucking insanely huge and long, which...
I've been streaming it. I thought I was going to be done last week. I'm doing 5, 6, 7 hour streams. It'll end up being like 7 of those.
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy long.
Yeah.
If
Had like we jumped into that training mode, and obviously that's a very long training session.
it's really long,
So, in chopping up those episodes,
you're like, oh, it's the training episode.
it's the other training episode.
I took a look at it, and I was like, episode 4, I wonder, he's starting at the training, and then I skipped all the way to the end. I'm like, there he is at the end of the sparring.
But it's teaching you everything,
Yeah.
and I don't want to remove that content. I think that makes sense to keep in for the sake of learning what's happening.
So I saw that you did a poll on the Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Not to fucking get into the full of it here, and in fact, I think some people might be misinterpreting what's what there. But at the end of the day, like I said, there's a limit to how much of a thing you can record.
Yeah.
And the decision to kind of go with 20-minute parts was like, I said it early on with the channel, but that's a compromise based on like, we don't, back in the day on the old channel, you and me could be in something while Matt was in not that, or you two could be in something.
There's a lot of shit all over the place,
right? But that's not the case here. So because I'm in everything that we're doing, like there's a hard limit, and that means that like we scrape up against that every week. So it's like to get a part of Astral Chain out every single day, right?
So when you
cutting an hour into 3, helps make a 7-day schedule.
So when you put that poll up, I went and took a look at the level breakdowns.
Yeah.
And the level breakdown for chapter 6, which is the longest one, would end up that if you did every day 20-minute episodes, it will be 6 days in between, possibly 7 days in between your character swinging a weapon. Like 7 days in a row of episodes going up where your character doesn't swing their baton.
Because the action
it's talking to people, learning stuff, cutscenes, etc.
Okay. See, and then the other thing...
That mission's great, but like, there's a lot.
Yeah.
One of those is a stealth mission, for example.
And of course, the other version of things was like longer parts, fewer times a week. But in that also kind of like, well, one, like, people don't like that gap. That sucks. And also, two, like, YouTube-wise, that's not good.
Well, just record more.
Yeah.
Just work more.
It's in double overtime already.
Yeah, I know. It's like that's
length of the game means we're doing double to triple sessions.
I thought the game was like fucking 12 hours, dude.
I
thought it was gonna. Hey, well, yeah, I'll stream Astral Chain.
HLTV still says 24 and a half.
That's bullshit. That's crap.
Yeah.
That's fucking I spoke to a guy on Twitter yesterday. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I did chapter 5 in like 2 hours. I'm like, did you talk to every NPC? Like, no.
Yeah. So it like, back in the day we used to do half-an-hour parts when we had the ability to take more space. I don't have that ability. 20-minute parts is that compromised. That's kind of why I was doing it. But like, in a game like this, a lot of people were not happy with a training episode and then a training episode, and I can understand that, because it's like, yeah, okay, you're waiting for more meaty content. I don't know what's coming up in the game.
Just tell the piggies to shut up.
I don't know what's coming up.
Shut up, piggies.
I am not going to Luca Blight anybody. I am not
like that.
going... I don't know what's coming up in what missions and how the pace is going to come high.
If you want, I will go through every single file and break down the exact timeline of appropriate time per level.
Well, I've already told Min to change the approach, and like we switched it up. I'm going to try to get out more significant like episodes with like extra length in them and see how the balance goes. But essentially what will happen is like I'm going to put out longer episodes and try to not burn out doing that. And if we hit the end of the session, then there will be no more Astral Chain until there's more.
Yeah, you should, yeah, that sounds good.
That
sounds like probably the best way to do it.
Right? Of course, what sucks about that is, like, if there's nothing there, that's not just annoying for viewers, that's also bad for the channel. Right? So, it's a fucking...
It's a balancing act.
It's a balancing act, exactly, But for the sake of, like, not annoying people with like, empty episodes. I'm going to try cutting them bigger for now, and then when the session's done, I'm going to try and get another one.
Just do a 30-hour stream and just do it.
Yeah. We're doing multiple Astral Chain sessions a week, trust. So
I had a fun couple of moments where I'm like, hey, we'll do a file, and then we'll do a second file, and then that second file is 3.5 hours long, and I'm like, oh boy, I thought I was going to be done at 1 in the morning. Oops.
I'm glad to know this now.
Yeah!
In advance.
Boy! Fuck.
Because, like, especially how recording goes where you're looking for a natural finishing point.
This game has a bunch of natural finishing points all over the place.
Yes.
Verses, sequences, cutscenes.
But the part where you don't know... Well, first of all, to me, a natural finishing point is not the end of a verse. It's getting back to your computer and saving the game.
Yeah.
I don't want to stop anything before I save
you
the
go
game.
you go 4 hours between doing that.
God
Game auto saves
damn
after
it.
every single thing you do.
Okay, fine. That'll work.
Did you finish a verse? It saved it. That's why you can go in old missions, do a verse, get S+, and then immediately leave.
It is a Switch game after all. It needs to be kind of portable
Absolutely.
in that way. So yes, that's good. Okay. But yeah, I was kind of coming at it from the point of view of like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, whatever.
It's a good game.
Yes.
People should play it. It's already been confirmed to be platinum as a big success, which means, and this is weird for them, they've just straight up already like said, hey, if this game's successful, we have a trilogy planned.
Sick.
And then they came out and said, this game was really successful.
Yes.
So
Nintendo seems to be very happy working with them and giving them the money to do the good thing. So that's awesome. Also, I remembered what I was going to say. I was going to say that knowing in advance that this daunting, crazy-ass, beefy game is going to be as long as it is helps to set my expectations, because games that I love piss me off when I think they're going to end and they don't, right? And I've described this multiple times. For example, every single Persona game sets you up to think the credits are going to roll.
And then goes, no!
And then Danganronpa did the same thing. And it's a thing where you're just like, motherfucker, like, I like when there's more game here, but I legit was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm done. Okay, I have about 2 hours, you know? And then I make the mistake of thinking I'm gonna wrap things up.
With Persona 4, it was the first one that hit me really bad. I'm like, I'm doing it. Okay, maybe just a little longer. And then the farther and farther I went, I'm like, oh, there's like a whole another month here.
It was, yes. and I think one of the most recent times was with Hollow Knight, where I just...
Oh, man!
Like, you're just like,
oh, man.
What the fuck is the end?
Another one.
Another
one.
So like, it's like, it's all amazing game, but there's a point where I'm just like, fuck me, my expectations are just getting thrown out the window.
I just want to know what my expectations should be.
Just allow me to set them.
And this game does that. Hey, there's 11 chapters, and then there's a post-game.
My Kingdom for a goddamn Donkey Kong Country percentage.
Yeah.
You know? And then you hit 101%, and you're like, yay. But just...
Well, the percentage system isn't even perfect, because, like, remember Symphony of the Night? How much lies are in the Symphony?
Yes,
204.6% or whatever the fuck it is.
I was gonna say, like the Zelda file load screen that Hollow Knight gives you also is like fucking lies. So there's only so far that can go, you know. But knowing that this is just fuck you long from now is better than going in, seeing that HLTB on it, right, and then wondering what the fuck I'm doing as I'm sitting there and me and Reggie are exhausted, hitting that 4th hour, you know. So yeah, I'll just prepare for nonsense.
I should mention that there's a lot of folks right now that are like, more game bad?
I saw that. More
game
bad. No, it's not more game bad. Good game good. More good game more good.
Listen, guys. This is coming from an incredibly specific place that I would not expect anyone to empathize with, which is the ability to know exactly how long a game is actually fairly important for work purposes. You plan things. Astral Chain has fucked my schedule up. FF7, a game that I was planning to do once a week or twice a week, has been gone for 2 weeks because I don't have time for it, man. I gotta play more Astral Chain.
Yeah. When it was not for these purposes, and you're just playing shit on my own time, like I mentioned, Dangan and Persona and shit, I was already still trying to plan around sessions of the game, and then you get into these moments where you're just like, oh, this sequence is not ending anytime soon.
No,
you know, it's not even like like the ending, but you get to moments where I'm waiting for the sequence to end.
Yeah,
you know, P5 in particular, like Casino and Post.
Casino's crazy.
Is just like, how fucking long is this sequence? And I remember, like, you're like,
are you ready for Royal with a new month?
Certainly,
and all that shit?
But it's 3 in the morning, and you're like, God, I really thought
pause the game and go to sleep, fucker.
Yeah. So, but that's it. And so now factoring in the work purposes of things, it's like it makes it extra hard to just not know what you're in for. You know, but yes, more good game is good. More bang for buck, yay, for sure.
This is a good game.
But time management is real.
Yeah,
adults have time management problems. It's a real thing, you know. And
Willie, you don't have a real job.
Certainly not.
You have one of them dirtbag internet jobs.
Of course. Yeah.
Asshole.
So, you know, plus deciding how much completion I'm going for, which
that's tough with this game because there's usually completion in a platinum game in particular is kind of binary. Are you gonna beat it? Yes or no. Are you gonna beat it on all the difficulties? Yes or no. Are you gonna pure platinum it? Yes or no. Here, because of the way that it works, yeah, you can grind up on completion. You can work on it.
Now, the way, seeing as this is both my first time touching it and being recorded, it's not like I have the liberty of being like, okay, in a normal world setting, I will get around to fighting Rodin on my own time eventually.
Yeah.
Right? I'll get back to that, and then or whatever. In this case, you also want to show off cool shit, so I basically have to beat the game and then look at what else is there, and then just do
I'll tell you this
cost-benefit analysis.
I will tell you this right now. Record you beating levels, and then go back to levels on your own time for fun.
Yeah.
There is not enough in those levels. Like, yes, you'll
camera.
go back and you'll find a ton of items and upgrade materials and maybe a new fight or two.
Yeah.
But it is not worth it to go back and record that piece.
Oh, yeah.
Or you record the whole thing and then cut out 10 minutes, which is the actual fight.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
I did Alfheim's off camera, you know.
Yeah,
like,
dude, same thing.
And that just makes sense. But, like, if there's some extreme collection nonsense or just extremely daunting tasks, such as like the millions of Halos required to get some of those extra weapons, or in Wonderful 101 to get like Wonder Director and Bayo and stuff like that. It's like, I'd love to show this stuff
Doesn't
off.
appear to actually the game does not appear to have stuff like that.
Okay, because I'd love to show that stuff off in an LP, but let's be fucking real. Yeah. Come on.
Do the whole thing as normal, and then like afterwards, once you've fucked around with it and earned a bunch of stuff, do an extra like bonus one, or if you want to show any of that stuff off, which is colors and
certainly. And I'm gonna do shit for myself on my own time anyway. After that, like Bloody Palace.
There's a lot of character customization parts that are hidden, like a lot.
Is some of that new black hair?
Pardon?
Is there new hair for black people?
No.
Oh. Okay, because that would be nice.
No,
because
you can get a hat.
Because Daemon X Machina just showed its new shit. It has all the models of those like NPCs now, including their crazy wacky hair.
Yeah,
and one of them has new black hair. So I'm happy because I can wear literally a dreadlock to one side haircut.
There's a cool character with robo dreads that I think you saw in the anime trailer.
I had to give myself an Iori cut.
Yeah, you did. I think that's the most popular cut that I see him in people's footage. Yeah.
It would be nice if I could have black hair.
Woolie,
I can't.
It's 2077. The Ark is all that remains of humanity.
That hair is gone. But that skin tone is not.
Wait, hold on a second. Alicia's there. Alicia Lopez is there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's one Sarah. I think there are very few black people left on the arc. I think that hair is gone.
You know, the skin tone is there. Certainly is selectable. That's fun. And you can set your eyes to whatever color you want.
Yeah, including heterochromia, dumb fuck bullshit.
It's not a big deal. Just give me more than nothing at all. And when you give me more than nothing at all, please don't let it only be an afro.
Well, Woolie,
Thanks.
think about how I feel.
What just was it?
There's
Monster
no
Hunter?
teenage balding option. I can't look like myself.
There's always bald. There's always bald.
Yeah, but I'm not bald. I'm balding. It's a different look, man.
Yeah. Yeah. There's only every other look you've had in your life that you can use.
That's it.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's not true because I have really curly hair. And, well, I mean, you can't tell now. But, and curly hair is almost always totally absent from almost all games because it sucks shit to make.
Sometimes all I'm asking for is one hairstyle that I had over the course of my life. Any of them.
Okay,
there have been many. Just one.
My advice to you.
Take the white hair, take the white person hair,
Okay, yeah.
and just shave lines into it
Yeah.
so that the bald thing with the single buzz has a couple of lines and it looks like shitty textured cornrows.
This is a discussion that you need to have with somebody at Platinum because I bet if somebody actually spoke to one human being, they're like, "Oh yeah, we totally didn't," and then they would add a couple, right, on the next one.
Yeah, it's more than expected. It's fine, and it's just the state of character creators.
It's just how it is.
I really do need to sit down and do my videos on, like,
Woolie, the fucking bar is so low
on how black people
that
friendly
when I started
character
the
creators
game
are.
up and I selected the black skin tone, I was like, "Oh, good, it's not a mutant."
It's not purple. That's nice.
Like that's how low the bar is.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
"Oh wow, it's like a human."
Yeah, I was happy that I could set the color and then the lips separately to make them look a little bit more normal. I was enjoying that ability. That's nice. You know, and they even let your sibling match the same color, and that's cool too.
I didn't know that
Yeah, so they both are the same tone.
because they are in fact properly related.
Yes, unlike your
Dad is adopted,
grandpa Vargas,
who has a really young sounding voice.
out of not. I don't want to say not good casting, but I want to say not the casting I expected.
Okay, so I will.
Old man with beard and scar face
Great.
should not sound like a flustered
He sounds younger than me.
a flustered 30-something.
Also, I don't know if it's the voice actor or the voice direction they gave him, but Jin's lines just cut through the game and they're bad. Like constantly. Constant bad.
Like his appearance and his attitude as that, like, oh, silly dad, are just what?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing Von Fennell's trainer from Escaflowne
To destroy the chimeras.
/ Cliff Underson from Guilty Gear, you know, and every other old man with the scar eye that looks like that.
Papa Neer.
Something, any of that, yeah.
Hey guys, it's good that you joined the force, huh? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Reinhardt.
Yeah.
You know, it's a type. But anyway, yeah.
I will say, actually, come to think of it, about the black hair thing, there is one positive the game is, and that is the game says that in the future, when humanity is doomed, race mixing will be the norm. Did you talk to everybody in that police station?
Yeah, I think I did.
You notice how every single character has an Asian and a Western name?
No, I didn't notice that.
Almost every single character. It's like Shizu Edwards.
How about that? Interesting. I noticed that one motherfucker that had my hair, and that was bullshit. So fuck that guy.
Which guy's that?
The guy standing in the corner. Was it Robert, maybe? I don't know.
Richard?
Richard.
Yeah, Richard.
He has my hair, and he has my hair color. So fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But
Richard's
anyway.
weird. I don't like him.
But yeah, time to go back over to Daemon X Machina and use the half-dread hairstyle, the Killmonger.
Yeah.
Which they just put in the game, which is fucking awesome. So yay.
Astral Chain, good game. we'll be talking more about it next week. Probably not quite as long as this.
I can't wait to play more AC.
I know. Isn't that becoming... You saw that thread, right? Hey, I'm getting it. Oh, man, the AC's really good.
Oh, AC's fantastic.
Oh, you mean Ace Combat?
No, I mean Assassin's Creed.
No, I mean Astral Chain.